materialistic earth. The term Elohim holds a significant and complex role in Hebrew language, theology, and religious thought. Derived from the Hebrew word Eloah and related to Elohim is a plural noun meaning gods or godhood. Despite its plural form, it often takes singular verbal or pronominal agreement in the Hebrew Bible, primarily referring to a singular deity, particularly the God of Israel. Morphologically, Elohim is the plural of Eloah, and it is cognate to the Ugaritic term Elohim, which represents the pantheon of Canaanite gods. The usage of Elohim in later Hebrew texts suggests a monotheistic perspective, indicating devotion to one deity while acknowledging the existence of others. The term's evolution is linked to the development of ancient Hebrew religion, transitioning from a generic reference to gods, Elohim, to a specific title for the God of Israel. Rabbinic scholar Maimonides notes the homonymy of Elohim and gods, suggesting a potential shift in the understanding of divinity over time. One theory proposes that the ambiguity in the term reflects changes in Israelite identity, transforming the gods of early periods into a national god through monolatrism and eventually evolving into monotheism during rabbinical Judaism's emergence. Another theory, building on Gesenius's idea, posits that even before Hebrew became distinct, the plural Elohim had both a plural meaning, gods, and an abstract meaning, godhood or divinity. Elohim later became concretized to primarily mean deity, but retained occasional use adjectivally as divine. In terms of grammar and etymology, Elohim is a grammatically plural noun in Biblical Hebrew, typically associated with masculine plural forms. However, when referring to the Jewish God, it is often treated as grammatically singular, governing singular verbs or adjectives. The word's derivation from Eloah, itself an expanded form of the Northwest Semitic noun Il, connects it to the broader Semitic linguistic context. The term's usage in the Hebrew Bible varies, ranging from general references to gods to specific mentions of Yahweh as the God of Israel. Elohim is employed over 2,500 times, encompassing diverse meanings, from supernatural beings like angels and spirits to kings and prophets. The concept of Elohim extends beyond the Hebrew Bible. In the Canaanite religion, El was a standard term for God, paralleling the usage of Elohim in Hebrew. The plural singular nature of Elohim is highlighted in specific verses where plural verbs accompany the term, suggesting a nuanced understanding of its meaning. In the context of the Latter-day Saint movement and Mormonism, Elohim is identified as God the Father. The movement distinguishes between Elohim and Jehovah, Jesus Christ, in a non-Trinitarian conception of the Godhead. The term's significance is not limited to religious contexts, as seen in Raelism, a new religious movement positing that Elohim refers to extraterrestrial beings. In Gnosticism, Elohim plays a role in cosmological models, representing an intermediate figure between a transcendental being and an Earth Mother. The term Elohim extends its influence into various theological, linguistic, and cultural realms, offering insights into the evolution of religious thought and linguistic development in ancient Hebrew and beyond. The Divine Council, as mentioned in Psalm 82, provides a fascinating perspective on Elohim. The psalm depicts Elohim presiding over a divine council where other entities are also referred to as Elohim. This passage reflects a nuanced understanding of the term, acknowledging a plurality of divine beings while emphasizing the singular authority of Elohim. This notion is further explored in other biblical verses where beings like angels and judges are referred to as Elohim, showcasing the flexibility of the term within different contexts. The concept of sons of God in Genesis 6 verse 2 introduces another layer to the understanding of Elohim. The term B'nai Elohim refers to divine beings or celestial entities, suggesting a celestial council or assembly. In exploring the Elohist and Jahwist sources of the Hebrew Bible, scholars have identified distinct characteristics in how these sources use the names of God. Elohim is associated with the Elohist, E, and priestly, P, sources, while Yahweh is used in the Jahwist, J, source. The Elohist source often presents Elohim in a more distant manner, involving angels and emphasizing divine encounters. This differentiation in the use of Elohim and Yahweh provides a nuanced understanding of the theological perspectives embedded in different biblical texts. The Latter-day Saint movement, particularly in Mormonism, introduces unique interpretations of Elohim. In this context, Elohim is identified as God the Father, distinct from Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and the Holy Ghost. This non-Trinitarian conception of the Godhead underscores the distinct personages within the LDS theological framework, each playing a specific role in the divine plan. Additionally, the Book of Abraham, a sacred text in some branches of the Latter-day Saint movement, offers a distinctive interpretation of Elohim. It explicitly translates Elohim as the gods, suggesting a plurality of divine entities. This perspective aligns with the idea of a council of gods or a divine assembly, reflecting a more expansive understanding of divinity. In the realm of Gnosticism, Elohim takes on yet another role. In the secret book of John, Elohim is associated with Abel and is part of a complex cosmological narrative involving Yaldabaoth, Eden, and the elements. This Gnostic interpretation demonstrates the adaptability of Elohim in different religious and philosophical contexts. The Raelian movement, founded in 1974, introduces a novel perspective on Elohim. According to this movement, Elohim from the Book of Genesis signifies extraterrestrial beings who came from the sky. This interpretation showcases the diverse ways in which Elohim has been understood and reinterpreted throughout history. In conclusion, the term Elohim serves as a linguistic and theological linchpin, weaving through the tapestry of ancient Hebrew religious thought and extending its influence into various religious movements and philosophical frameworks. Its adaptability and multifaceted nature continue to spark discussions and interpretations, offering a rich field for scholars and believers alike to explore the depth of its meaning.